everybody, this is B-Dubs here, coming with another commentary. Today I've got myself, B-Dubs, as the red Terran here in the, I guess what would that be, the 5 o'clock position, facing a blue Protoss named Saucy Dossie in the 11 o'clock position. We've got ourselves a larger map, as you can have 4 different starting locations and several different places in which to expand. Like from here alone, I could expand here to my natural first, and here as a natural, I guess third. Sorry, I misspoke. Very easily. I could there are all kinds of places you could go. It looks like it'll probably be a fairly macro-heavy map, and we'll see what happens. We got here at about the minute 45 mark. Saucy Dossie's probes entering my base. Now, of course, at what 13 supply, you wouldn't really expect to see much more than a supply depot and a barracks. So all he knows at this point is that I'm definitely not cheesing. I'm not going to be building barracks like down here or going with a bunker rush or something like that. But he hasn't really seen anything else. And if we go into Saucy Vision, we'll see he hasn't checked my base out, so he doesn't even know if I have any Vespene yet. So he circles around here, sees that I don't have any Vespene on this geyser and none on this geyser. Seems a bit weird. Typically at this point there'd be at least a little bit of Vespene being built. He's probably wondering what the heck I'm doing. Beyond that, not much to go. I've been sending my probe around or my SCV around trying to find something, figure out where his base is, and have not had any luck so far. I had a little bit of a brain fart and forgot that his base wasn't going to be here, so I have to reset a rally point to see that if his base is up in this location before then checking over here and then back down in this corner. Now at this point he sees that I've set up 2 barracks, which is a bit unusual. You typically have Terran go initial supply depot, barracks, while the barracks building you put down a refinery, put a tech lab or reactor down, and then put maybe a second barracks. But so having basically an early 2 barracks, which didn't get a rush. The fact that he's seen this would typically make a Protoss opponent want to bring out some zealots here. He's using his chrono boosts on 2 of these zealots here instead of bringing out probes or anything else like that, which I guess I'll live with considering I'm feigning a bit of a rush. You see he's just got that probe there. Let's see if I move out. I'm checking to see if he's put down any proxy pylons here. So he's got this SCV checking all these different locations before heading home. He also checked the Zelnaga towers. You can see I've got that area on my vision. Beyond that, we're sitting here at about 23 and 26 supply respectively. That's to be expected. We got the Protoss with the chrono boost, myself just now beginning to build a tech lab and a reactor. So now my build times are going to get a little bit faster. Bringing down my supply depots, getting an engineering base since I'm going to be going bio-ball against this particular Protoss opponent. And, you know, it never hurts to have detectors in case I see a dark shrine or maybe some void rays appear. Beyond, he's bringing down another gateway for a total of 3 gateways. Typically, I see a Protoss opponents these days going with either a 4-gate right off the initial base, or a 3-gate robotic. That's because Protoss likes to run on 4 different production buildings in their initial base before they expand. Then they'll start building more production buildings depending on how their resources are going. Okay, now we have him building up here. He's coming into my base. I've got 5 Marines. He's got a Stalker and 2 Zealots. His Stalker came in first, and my Marines quickly damaged him down about halfway into his health. Probably should have opened up the Zealots first. Alright, now I'm running off of 1 reactor and 2 tech labs, one researching STEM, the other one researching Marine health, since I've got the reactor going, it's going to be predominantly Marines. Alright, so he's bringing in all 3 Stalkers, 2 Zealots. He's going to try to push, I'd wager. Don't know why he's bringing in the Stalkers and only the Stalkers. He's going to quickly find out that my Marauders are going to make quick work of that. But he's just going to sit there. I guess he's using this type of thing to make sure that I don't leave my base while he makes an expansion here on his second team. He's bringing these guys back, keeping that Stalker there. Figure he's probably just looking to make sure I don't push out. Checking the Zelnagas, making sure I'm not doing anything weird. on that. I'm researching marine upgrades, or I guess infantry upgrades 1. About the time that that's finished, I'll have this starport done, a couple of medvacs out, and I'll be pushing out to attack. It's a nice little timing push, works well. Now at this point we have 50 supply to 40 resupply. If we look more closely, let's see. You'll see that I'm mining much, I guess, a much faster mineral count, and our gas is about equal. Despite the fact that he's built a second. You'll see that he's not been building any probes at all on either of these. He built the second, and then proceeded to just let one probe mine for him. That's kind of weird when you agree. It's kind of messing him up economically. He's down 400 minerals for building the Nexus and not gaining anything from it. I don't understand it. If we look at his army tab, you'll see that I'm sitting here at 34 army, and he's sitting at 33. Well, this is what, 35 now that he's bringing in this guy. But I'm actually beating him in workers despite the fact I only have one base. It's just some strange macro. I think he's just forgetting to build his guys. Don't know if he just feels pressured by me and doesn't want to build any units, worried about my attack. Could be a million things, but it just seemed a bit weird to me. Now you see that I've got a bunch of Marines and about 7 Marauders. I figured he was probably going to be heavy Stalker, since I saw that he would probably be going warp gates in a robotics facility. I'd rather be heavy Marauder, since I'd probably end up running up against some Colossi early on. Alright, you see my first medevacs are coming out. By the time they are ready to go, I'll begin my attack. I've seen this observer, so I know he knows I'm coming, but I figure I might as well go at it at this point, considering this is where I planned on attacking. I was initially going to do a drop, but since I knew he knew I was coming, I figured I'd just come in through his front door. I come in here, see that his army's like I assumed it would be, so I back up, hoping that maybe he wastes a shield or two. Realize he's going to be sitting there, so I just top this up, drop about half of my army up there. He's bringing these guys around, and I bring this army down over this way. We've now got ourselves a split battle. The only difference here being the top guys have their medevacs, the bottom guys do not. So the bottom guys are going to get destroyed here, while the top end up winning. Yeah, he's pretty much completely knocked me up there. But I'm getting a quick pylon kill, and I'm picking up my guys. I kind of screwed up on some micro here, needed to get these... Oh, nope, didn't get the Marauders in. I managed to block out one of his warp gates, though, and get maybe a fourth of my army back home after destroying a couple of structures. Let's see how we're doing overall. We've got units lost, 20 and 20. He's lost more in resources, however. If we look at units killed, we'll see that we both lost about the same number of units. I lost one extra worker. Resources are really the big deal here. Now I figured with that attack I would push out and bring out my own command center, take my second, especially since I saw that he had his second and I failed to destroy it. I didn't want to get behind economically. My orbital command's still got 100 resources, I guess I was saving after that. Now, he's just now finally saturating this. He waited a bit longer than I think he should have, but he's around, right? Now, I'm upgrading this to a planetary fortress because I feared a counterattack, especially after that attack of my own. I brought down a little over half of my SCVs from up here since I wanted to save some of its resources there. Building another command center, I plan on taking this third here pretty soon. I figure if I failed on that attack, I might want to get a stronger economic advantage over him. I guess I use the term fail here a bit loosely, as in resources I pretty strongly beat him, as he had invested more in that particular army. Now let's see here, if we look at minerals, you'll see that now I'm beginning to catch up to him in the whole mineral count. I've been beating him in gas pretty much this whole time, and now that I'm reinvesting in refineries, I will be beating him until he does that. army's pretty much caught up again. My workers have been beaten by his workers now at this point. I mean, I ended up having to sacrifice some worker time while I was building up this planetary fortress, and I'm being a bit lazy here, not building those guys. Now, I'm moving out with a larger army than I had the first time. A little bit more marine heavy than marauder heavy this time, but 5 medevacs instead of 4. At 100 supply. He saw me coming with the observer. I think I might try to push up this way. Or do I? We'll see what I end up doing. I'm coming around here. I know he's going to be waiting there again. It's just, you know, it seems unlikely that he's going to push anywhere else. And I come up, take a couple of guys. I see those sentries coming up, and I rush back. I'm only losing a couple of guys to that shield. Now I figure if I just keep dancing around him like this, he's not going to know where to go. If I pick up, and go there, he'll have to run up there. He'll keep having to use this sentry energy. Go up and push back. So now I'm just going to rush in here. I've got enough of a high ground position now that he can't really take that. Since I have him outnumbered, I can just quickly deactivate this fort, the upgrades, destroy that nexus very quickly, basically ruining his economic advantage he had over me. And now I'm just going to try to sit here. I've got 2 bases, he's got 1. He can't really leave. And I can just absorb this economic advantage as we see here. My minerals are now roughly the same as his, but my gas is way over top of his. Remember, he's got a lot more probes than I do. Now, you also see he's supply blocking too, while I'm sitting at 108, 110 out of 13. If we look at Army tab, we're going to see that I've got quite an army advantage over him. Now, my army's split. He can build right there, and my army's sitting here trying to reinforce coming from here. He's coming at me. Oh, he's built the first Colossus on the board. Now, you can see here, I'm going to get mopped up pretty badly. I was hoping that my reinforcements would reach in time, but they did not. I tried to get up. He got one of my medevacs that they tried to escape, taking damage of my army as it bleed. Got another one. Took a lot of hits there. If we look at the Army tab, we'll see that I'm still ahead of him in army size, but if we look at Become Lost, I meant to say units lost, we'll see that he's catching up. Now I split my units again, bringing his army down there, taking down that Colossus and rushing up here, trying to supply block him again, because I know I've been deactivating his buildings and supply blocking him before, and it's been working well. I try to get up here on his mineral line. I saw that Colossus coming, so I just try to do as much damage to things as I can. I see that I'm going to take damage again, so I rush out here, do a little bit more hit and run. Figure any damage is good damage at this point. Get this eventually. Bringing down a 3rd. Every time I attack, I'm trying to bring in another base, constantly expanding. He's just trying to get his 2nd again, and then you'll see up here, he's still got a lot of minerals up here. I'm actually surprised about that. Alright, now he's pushing out. He figures